Welcome back to F-16 Fitness. Lieutenant Colonel James T. Reman, call sign Iceman here. Ready to get you through our first warm-up. Remember, as we start out on our Operation F-16 Fitness, it's important to remember vision, passion, and discipline. You've got the vision because you're here doing this with passion today. We're going to have the discipline to follow through. One quick thought for the day is that there's two types of folks out there. Those that do what they ought to, and those that make excuses not to. And by having this video in and doing this with me today, you are definitely doing what you ought to. So without further ado, let's get started. These are going to be quick, concise, and fun, so stick with me. This warm-up is designed to get your heart rate up and get your muscles warm. And a lot of dynamic stretching and movement. We'll save the static stretching for the end of our workout. First thing we're going to do are 20 simple jumping jacks. So the higher you get up, the better off you are. Get your hands all the way together at the top, nice and straight on the sides. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't have to rotate around, but I'll just give you the perspective of all sides. And don't hold me to the exact number of count, because talking and counting is not one of my areas of expertise. But there's about 20 good jumping jacks. Next thing we're going to do, warming up the upper body a little bit, are some huggers. And all we're doing is wrapping our arms one over the other and alternating top over bottom. Bring them all the way around and make contact with your shoulders as far back as you can, just getting them warmed up. After we get a few huggers in, let's do some alternating arm circles backwards with the right arm. As close as you can keep it to your body in a nice symmetrical circle. Same thing with the left side. And then we're going to bring that right arm forward. And same thing with the left. I'm going to mention a few of the basic disclaimers here. Obviously, consult with a physician before you start any exercise program. And if you have any pain or issues, please talk to a doctor about it. Don't press through injury pain in your effort to make yourself more fit. Get that worked out first. All right, next thing we're going to do is just a little bit of quick running in place. High knees. Get those knees up, get that heart rate going. Arms pump, alternating with the legs. Nice high knees. Keep it going. All right, just a few more seconds of this to get the heart rate going. All right, transition into toy soldiers. Arm comes out about eye level and bring those toes up to meet the hand. And we just alternate sides. Get several on each side. This warms up our hip flexors as well as our hamstrings. Some good looking toy soldiers here. Okay. All right, transition to our next little running exercise. Going to bring our heel right up to our butt cheeks and do a little bit of stretching out our quadriceps, the front of the leg, with some in-place jogging. All right, now we've got those legs warmed up. We're going to do just a few bodyweight squats. Bodyweight squats are going to be a big part of what we do. We're going to open our feet up just a little bit, feet just a little bit wider than hips width apart, and come down with your torso upright. Try not to bend forward. Try to keep your weight in your heels, not your toes. Hip crease gets below our knee, okay? Well below parallel, arms come up. All right, let's get 10 good ones. It's important to get low. In 2003, when we were deployed over to the Middle East, we were at an undisclosed location. All we had were tents, no equipment. And that's where me and my comrades learned to do a lot of these simple but very effective exercises. All right, after about 10 of those, now we're going to do some kind of hip flexor openers. Bring that knee forward and out. Forward and out. We're just going to get a couple of these on each side. All right, after we do that, we're going to get some nice reach and quadricep stretch. As I bring this hand up, I'm going to bring this leg back, and stretch that quad. So we step and pull. Step and pull. This one takes a little bit of balance, so if you need to lean against something when you're first doing these, that's fine. Grab the top of that foot and pull while you extend. All right. So those are upright ones. We're going to get down on the deck now and do some that warm up our abs as well as our chest. First thing we're going to do on the ground here are just a couple of push-ups. Anytime I get into that plank position, hands are under the shoulders, and I do push-ups. You can modify these if you need to from your knees. Ideally, though, you want to come down, chest touches the ground. Okay? Get about 10 of these. Get our chest nice and warmed up. Alright, so that's the push-up portion. Next thing we're going to do are a couple of sit-ups. We do our sit-ups a little differently. Soles of the feet come together. This removes our hip flexors from the equation and forces us to focus a little bit more on our abs. I bring my hands back and touch them overhead, and then all the way up, and I touch them beyond my feet. Okay? Notice my feet don't come off the ground. Yours may do that at first. If these are very difficult, move your feet out. That'll make it a little bit easier. As you get better at them, move your feet in. The closer you get your feet to yourself, the less leverage you have from your legs, and the more you're forced to use your abs. A couple more of these little sit-ups. And then I'm certain one of your all-time favorites, some mountain climbers. Plank position, outside foot, knee comes outside the elbow, and switch. Just do these for a few seconds, get the blood flowing, heart rate going. Getting ready for our workout today. Alright, after a few mountain climbers, pop back up. We're going to do some jumping jacks, and then we're going to finish up with a Samson lunge. So let's get a dozen or so more jumping jacks. Keep the body moving. And then Samson lunge is simply going to be a step forward lunge. And as I step forward, I want to form two 90-degree angles with my legs. 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. I don't want to get this knee out over the toe, and I don't want this knee to rest on the ground, but I can get it just above the ground. That's the lower body portion. The upper body portion is interlace the fingers and stretch overhead. And alternate. If you're just getting started, this workout, this warm-up may be a little bit challenging. And if you're an experienced exerciser, you may elect to go through this warm-up 2 times if you want to. Get your body and your heart rate to where you feel like you're ready to work out. Alright, when we turn the video back on, we'll be ready for the workout.